Welcome to my channel, AI Basics with AK. Let's revisit what we have learned so far. In the first video, we have learned about the differences between human intelligence and machine intelligence. And in the second video, we have realized that it is not human versus machine, but in rather it is human and machine to create a man-machine models in future. In third video, we have learned something about the landscape of artificial intelligence. And further, we have learned about what are all the different skill sets that are required to develop a career in AI in broad. One can be your pure data engineering skill, data science skill, and a business consultancy skill. Further, we have pressed the importance of being a data analyst, and we have further learned about different core functions that are there across different verticals, and we have learned that how being a data analyst plays a primary role in adding value added benefits and data driven decision making. Finally, we have just skimmed through the broad use cases in one of the retail domain, and with respect to the cost parameters and with respect to your revenue parameters, ranging from optimization to the latest advanced modeling, person to person modeling. Now, this is a season finale video. I'll be discussing a pattern of developing use cases which I have learned 4 years ago, and it helped me at that point of time. Maybe it might help you, but I felt I should share with all of you. Let's directly just delve deep into it. Oh, hi, this is how I look, and the right side is the logo that recently we have created. Hope you like the logo as well. This is a quick pre-analytics piece that I have created for my team at that point of time. So I was just being inquisitive with the people, like what is analytics with respect to the business context, not with respect to the data context, and what is an insight, because finally we have to derive an actionable insight. So I always believe in asking better questions, because not the better answers, because once you ask the better questions, we will try to find the right solution. So this is what I have learned from one of our meetings at that point of time. How to create a problem statement. It has to be smart. It has the framing has to be very smart. What is smart? It has to be specific. It has to be measurable. It has to be action oriented. It has to be relevant, and it has to be at time bound. What does it mean? It has to be very specific. Here I have placed two examples here. One is the statement is just improve my sales in my store. Is that a problem statement? No, because it is not specific, like what it has to be improved. And can we measure it? Say for example, even if I increase by $1, is it a successful use case? We don't know. And how soon, like is it for eternity I can improve it? Maybe I'll not increase the pharma sales maybe till 99 years, maybe in 100th year I'll just increase $1. Is it a success rate? So it has to be like your problem statement has to be more time bound, relevant, and it has to be measurable. Measurable is what I always place because this is where we try to add value to the business. And it has to be very time bound, which is a second priority which I always give it to you, because we cannot keep it ever for eternity, and rest all the things falls in place if we keep these two things in mind. So what we have reformulated the same thing in statement 2 is that identify the store led activities. It means what are all the store people has to do to improve the pharma walk-ins by 20% in urban area and 10% in rural areas, and corresponding average bill value by 10% and 5% by so and so date. However, the framing right now focuses that what we want to do, by how much, in what all aspects. One is with respect to your number of bills, and one is with respect to your bill value, both. So how do you increase the store sales? It is number of the bills and bills into the bill amount. This is what we have broken it down. You increase the number of bills, also you increase the bill amount. You just cannot increase either of them. So that's how this is just a sample toy use case. It's not the reality kind of a thing how we develop it out, but it's just a toy kind of a statement that we for representation shade that has been shared to the team. And how do you just further deep dive into it, like how do you develop these use cases? So we can use, so this is one of the finest strategy frameworks that we can use it out. Like there are various strategy frameworks, or else you can develop your own strategy framework. But having an acquaintance of these strategy frameworks, from BCG matrix to product life cycle, value proposition to the customers, price value curve, always gives you that context. Okay, what we are trying to observe and what we want to improve. And this is one of the strategy frameworks which I skimmed through the team at that point of time. And I'll just skip this out. And what's after that? Say, for example, we have developed a beautiful statement. What's after that? Okay, we have to just keep it on the board and see it and just mesmerize about it. Okay, that we have developed a beautiful use case. No, it isn't, right? We have to just move further of it. That's where the entire analytics life cycle come into the picture. So that's what needs to be done next. That's what we have pressed it out. Can you guess the missing part? Yes, we know what needs to be done, but most of the times we don't know how it has to be done. If we all figure it out how it has to be done, then yeah, the world will be a very beautiful place, right? Because we know how to do it, but what to do it, but we don't know how to do it most often. So this is just one of the statement. So guess what needs to be done? So you have to break it down in terms of further identify the bigger ones that have an impact. Say, for example, here we have a statement: identify the store-led activities, HO-led activities, anything but central office activities, and marketing activities. These are three areas where we can increase both the bills as well as the bill value, directly or indirectly. Say, for example, here I have kept it as an infective kind of a thing, by so and so percentage, right? Here, how do we have an impact? Now, so here we have to derive as an example for HO activity. Range has to be improved. It means you give a sufficient number of products for selling it out to the store team. Now, the store cannot say that I need all the drugs, right? Because it has a cost impact. So they might be keeping it out maybe 10 out of maybe 20. So how do we substitute these drugs and capture the demand? Because only then we can keep the right stock at the right store. And how we can use these drugs to bundle it as per the season. This is a marketing activity. Now we know what we are trying to do, kind of a thing. Like this of course it's not a straight away thing. This has to be developed in tandem with respect to the business people. We cannot sit just in a glass ceiling wall and just be thinking ourselves. We have to speak with respect to the business and identify the bigger ones that have a bigger impact. Always remember 80-20 rule. We don't need to do all list of activities. Just do couple of activities. 80% of your achievement will be done. And Always try to understand what the lagging indicators and the leading indicators. This is the most fundamental and the starting point of an analytics person, especially a data analyst. It's not the sales is a result indicator, but a leading indicator can be your manpower attrition. It can be your it can be anything. It can be a customer attrition, or a number of loyal customers who are keeping on buying can be your leading indicator for a future sales. So these indicators has to be identified in clear, such that you can fine tune these leading indicators to get your sales accordingly. And once this is done, we have to create a scorecard, which is nothing but review mechanism. This is like a report, BI report. And fourth is nothing but, okay, you do it once. Okay, you can say that, okay, you have improved the range by doing some market basket analysis, and you have created a bundled activities by using the association algorithms. But however, you don't do it just for once. You have to do it repeatedly, like, because we have to always measure how we are going to support to these core functions, right? These are the core functions. HO is a core function. Maybe a supply chain, I'll be calling it out. Stores are also a core function, because those are the operations team, and the marketing team is also one of the core function where we have to support them. So across these core functions, we have to support them individually. Am I right? So how do we use analytics, okay, in terms of supporting these activities? Once by improving the range, which I have told it to you. Once by substituting. This is an intelligence that we build it up with respect to IT team. And how do you use bundled offers? Like, how do we create an association algorithm and try to suggest which kind of products can be cross-sold with respect to the other products? This is how we have to create these kind of pieces, and that's where we have to do it. So that's more about kind of thing I have discussed with the team at that point of time. And I told, like, where does the core analytics comes from? Like, because most of the this is rule one where you have to identify the bigger impacts, and the rule two where you identify the lagging and leading indicators. Because the rule 3 and rule 4 is more about reports and cadence, which is more about a leadership driven kind of thing. But of course, it's also like are responsible to do the remaining parts of rule 1 and rule 2 in continuous format, because we always has to review what went well, what will work, and what should not work. This is a golden parameters that I have learned during my experience. What went well and what would not work. If we just focus on these things, that would have been sufficient. And yep, so that's more about season finale. And thanks a lot listening to these videos. And in further future seasons, especially season 2, will be around basics of Python programming. Hope you'll all like it. And I don't know, yeah, right now it's good. And season 3 will be on the pandas and numpy. And of course, I have planned approximately for 11 to 12 seasons, which I'll be posting it out of further updates, and which will be ranging from basic statistics to optimization to simulation. Thanks a lot, buddies. Hope you like the video, and please stay tuned, and please do subscribe, like, and share. Bye bye. See you. Have a nice day.